Good morning. Good morning. Today is Monday, February 19th, 2024. Boy, this month is blowing by fast. Here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple: to help you get from where you are to someplace better, from Someday Isle to Successlandia, a crossing over denial. Good morning, Wadabevi. How are you today? And how is your siblings and other people that we may know? Okay, so we're here to help you move forward, and that's it. Big deal. It's a big deal. It's kind of the most important thing in your life is get from where you are to someplace better. And how do we do that? We do it through repetition. We do it through creating good habits. Repetition creates routine. Routine creates habit. Habit is the thing that projects you. So the simple thing is just have better habits. Well, how do you create a better habit? Have better routines. How do you create a better routine? Repetition. Boom. That's it. Just don't think, just do. When you wake up in the morning, don't ask yourself, how do I feel? Just boom. Take your breathing exercises, get out of bed. Okay, so this is also day 1 in week 4 of our neuroscience oriented approach to success. Bonk. Yes, we do need to have a new cover for this with a new program that's going to be rolled out in the rural jails of Nevada. Knock on wood. Where do we have wood? So day 1, week 4, crisis leadership. So week 4 is about leadership. So if this was a boat metaphor, if our life was about a journey, but we had to build the boat, and there were 4 key components of the boat: the sails, because it's not a motorboat, so it's a sailboat; the rudder system, the steering system; the below deck; and the outer hull. And then we had to navigate our journey. So we're here to help you understand how to build the boat and how to navigate the journey. Week 4 is about making sure that your crew stays the course, not on course, because who knows, you might have to change course, but that the crew stays the course. And so the crew stays the course. Some people you might need to let out the next port you go to resupply. Some people, unfortunately, you might have to get them to walk the proverbial gangplank. Other people might get injured and die. Other people might decide that they want to go on a different ship, etc. But now you've got your ship built, you're set sail, you're on your way, and week 4 is about how do you not fail with the crew? How do you not crash the boat, have a mutiny, decide to head off to a place that is not where you actually want to go, so you're just wasting everything that you've prepared for? And this today is Professor Nancy Kane. So this is what is called, we call it leadership, because it's the highest falutin sounding word. We could have said management, but that's like boring. I'm not a manager. Oh, yawn. It's actually power. Power is getting other people to do what you want. But if you say power, people immediately think it's over here, because there's a spectrum, right? Negative, positive. If you say power, this week is about power, people think, oh yeah, we're going to control people. So we say leadership because it sounds like you're on this end of the spectrum, but it was really this here, power. Power is like a hammer. Is a hammer good or bad? Neither is money good or bad. Neither. It's how you use it that's good or bad. Power is the same thing. So you can use it to hurt people, or you can use it to help people. So, so this week we're focused on how do you get people to do what you want. And today we're dealing with crisis leadership. Crisis leadership. So how do you get people to do things in times of crisis? And the book goes through Lincoln. Nancy Kane talks about Abraham Lincoln, and she talks about Ernest Shackleton, two people who really showed great leadership in times of crisis. What was the crisis for Lincoln? No, it was actually his whole life. His whole life was difficult. Starting out with a mother who died when he was quite young. Then his father had to go to town, which was like, I think he was gone for 30 days, 6 weeks, whatever, to get a new wife, because the dad said, I can't do this on my own. I can't raise you and your sister, take care of this thing out in the middle of the woods on my own. I got to have a wife. So he had to take the wagon, go get a wife. But he said to the kids before he left, whatever you do, don't burn down the house. So in other words, it would be more important, it would be easier for the dad to move forward if he had a house and no kids than kids and no house with a new wife. And the dad described them as hard scrabble. They don't need to learn anything highfalutin like reading, writing, stuff like that. We are just people of the land. This is it. Lincoln refused to accept that. So from a very early age, his life was in crisis, conflict with his father, a lot of trauma. His dad would send him out when he got to be at a certain age to go with the neighbors, have to leave before the sun was up, walk through the woods, perhaps 5 miles to the next place. And when he would come home, his dad would be sitting there waiting for him on the porch, maybe smoking a pipe, who knows, whittling, whatever. And, but not for the reasons that we would think, hey, son, how was your day? No, it was, where's the money? So when Lincoln got of age, as soon as he could, he took off, never came back, didn't go to his father's funeral, didn't like his dad at all. But he did say once when people asked him, why do you think this is the greatest country in the world? And his answer was something to the effect of, well, if somebody like the son of my father could become president of this country, this has got to be a great country of opportunity. Meaning, if you're willing to work, do what you need to do, you can become president. So Nancy Kane, Lincoln, crisis, leadership, and of course it got worse as he went along, all the way through the Civil War. And then after that, when it finally looked like things were going to get good, blammo, gets his head blown off. Not blown off, but he gets a big chunk of his skull impacted by a projectile from, or a musk, I don't know what it was. But anyway, and then Shackleton, who was on a voyage, got a little bit ahead of himself, didn't take the advice of people. World War I was just starting. And it's like, if we don't go now, we're never going to get to go. It might not ever happen. So he went, believing that it wouldn't be as bad, and it was actually worse, but he kept his crew together, did some very heroic things that people still today say it's incredible what they were able to survive because of his leadership. Right, because of his ability to get people to do what he wanted. He had to put down mutinies, he had to pump people up, he had to let the air out of the tires, he had to do all kinds of things, and he masterfully did it to the extent that a few years later, he decided, well, let's go finish that mission, or let's go do another expedition. And I think all of the people who were still alive said, we'll go too. We had so much fun last time, we'll do it again. So today is about crisis leadership. Tomorrow, we talk about pure leadership, the other end of the spectrum. Michael Sugra, who died recently, talking about Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism. So this is the most powerful guy in the world who could have anything he wanted, was a good guy. Stoicism. So we go purely crisis leadership, pure leadership, and then the rest of the week we're going to spend in practical leadership with Ignatius. So that's going to be this week. How do you keep people moving forward? How do you get people to do what you want? And I would say in life, that is the most important thing. If you look at the richest, most powerful people in the world, what do they have in common? They got millions or billions of people to do what they want. So on the positive end of the spectrum, you have Elon Musk, right? Getting people to do what he wants. SpaceX, Tesla, X, formerly known as Twitter. He's out there doing this. He's got millions, billions of people doing what he wants. Jeff Bezos, what does he want people to do? Buy things through Amazon. Not so much anymore, but getting to the point where he was the richest guy in the world, getting billions of people to buy stuff, sell stuff, make stuff that can be sold through Amazon. On the other end of the spectrum, the negative end of the spectrum, you have people like Stalin, people like Mao, people like Hitler, controlling, getting people to do what they want by force, by threats, by intimidation, by coercion, by manipulation. So the point is, your ability, our unique ability to get people to do what we want has a big impact on the quality of our life. So we should understand that that's the game we're in. We're either leader or follower. And the Navy SEAL Creed talks about that. Sometimes I lead, sometimes I'm part of a team. It depends. I am part of a team, but sometimes I'm called on to lead and I will do it as needed. But I'm part of a team. And that should be the orientation wherever you are, whatever tribe you're in. If you're in your work tribe, you're part of a team, and if you could be called upon to lead. When you're in your church tribe, your living tribe, your whatever tribe you're in, part of a tribe, but I have to be prepared to be called upon to lead. Join tribe, nudge forward. David Logan, 101. Okay, so let's just quickly look at the worksheet for today. It's pretty self-evident. Daily theme. What if you committed to the highest possible good? And that is in today's motivational video. So I'm going to highlight that down below. Motivational video. That's going to be in red. What if you committed to the highest possible good? What would your life be like if you committed to the highest possible good? There. Okay, now that's in red. And Jordan Peterson goes through an exercise on that. Sit on your bed and ask yourself a question. Blah, blah, blah. Not blah, blah, blah. Word, motivation. What if you did that? And then get to the point of, well, what if you committed to the highest possible good? And then the question is, well, why wouldn't you? First of all, well, what is the highest possible good for you? And then the next thing would be, well, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you spend all of your time trying to achieve the highest possible good? And once you commit to do that, then the world will shape itself around that belief. Your RAS will kick in, will be programmed. Okay, what else do we got? What else? Okay, a lot of scripture, a lot of prayers down below, a lot of things that you can ingest, digest, process, not leave home without it. Okay, so I think that's where we at. It's at a respectable 1423. What a bevy, bootiful. What a bevy, holy, godlike. Good. So, all right, people. We'll do our Peloton closing. Big outstretched arms down to our heart center. Burr, burr, boom. Or look down, look up, look forward, smile. Okay. President's Day, everyone. Go out and think about Lincoln today.